Attending functions, parties with at least one other person that you trust. Arrive together and leave together. Look out for each other while at the function. If you choose to drink, maintain control of your particular drink. If you set it down or it is just out of your control for any period of time, throw it out and get a new one. Begin and continue dialogues about these issues. Have resources available for the ongoing education for your organization's members. Next, sexual harassment and sexual misconduct are issues that college students are susceptible to more often than they may be aware. The following discussion points will give you a better idea of what constitutes inappropriate behavior and how to respond if you are sexually harassed. Sexual harassment is a form of sexual discrimination that involves the imposition of an unwanted condition or requirement on the continued employment or education of the victim. Sexual harassment is against the law and a violation of university policy. Sexual misconduct is a conduct of sexual nature that, although not so serious or pervasive that it rises to the level of sexual discrimination or sexual harassment, is unprofessional and inappropriate for the educational and workplace environment. The University of Texas at Austin is committed to maintaining an educational environment that is free from inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature through policies prohibiting sexual assault, harassment, or misconduct by any member of the university community. The prohibition of sexual harassment or misconduct extends to all activities of registered student organizations, regardless if they take place on or off campus. Where does sexual harassment occur? All over campus. Sexual harassment can occur anywhere on or off campus. It's not confined to a particular location, and the number of incidents at a location reflects the amount of time students spend there. Among students who have been harassed, 39% were in a dorm or student housing, 37% were outside on campus grounds, 24% were in common areas of campus buildings, 20% were in classrooms, 27% were someplace else, and 12% were unsure where they were harassed. Though it is less common, sexual harassment of students by faculty and staff members is still an issue. Almost 1/5 of students, about 18%, say that faculty and staff often or occasionally sexually harass students. Student-to-student harassment is the most common form of sexual harassment on campus. More than 2/3 of students, about 68%, say that peer harassment happens more often or occasionally at their college, and more than 3/4 of students, about 80%, who experience sexual harassment have been harassed by another student or a former student. If you think you have been subject to sexual discrimination, sexual harassment, or sexual misconduct, confront the offender. The student may, at any time, personally confront the individual whose contact is offensive, unwelcome, or intimidating. Explain that the contact is offensive or makes you feel intimidated or uncomfortable and ask that it stop. Make sure your message to the individual is clear. However, if the previously mentioned action is not feasible or successful, or if a student feels uncomfortable about taking the above approach, the options described below are also available. Report it. It is important for persons who believe they have been subjected to inappropriate conduct to report it and get help to protect themselves and others from unwanted sexual attention and advances that may interfere with academic opportunities and performance. Sexual harassment and misconduct are both taken very seriously and will be addressed immediately by university officials. The University of Texas at Austin is committed to maintaining an educational environment that is free from inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature. UT encourages students who believe that they have been subject to sexual discrimination, harassment, or misconduct by the university, faculty, staff, students, visitors, or contractors who report it immediately to Dr. Latoya Hill or Anne Linda Millstone, and their contact information is provided there. Went off a few slides, sorry guys.
Okay. It's all right.
Fire and life safety. Fire and life safety is not a topic that is often overlooked by student organizations, despite the fact that an emergency involving these items can be grave. Here are some tips and avoidance on how to avoid putting you and your organization in danger. How to respond to a crisis at your event. The last thing we would expect in an event is for a crisis to arise. The best thing to do is to call for help as soon as possible and to utilize campus resources. Calling 911 from a cell phone will protect you with the City of Austin dispatch. This provide as much detail as you can to stay in line with the dispatcher until they release you. To ensure the fastest response, have a friend call UTPD at 471-4441 or make the call yourself in addition to 911. The Office of the Dean of Students can help you with a variety of emergencies, including fires that occur in residences, notifying professors of absences due to injuries, illnesses, or emergencies, and so much more. Hopefully we will have planned well and rarely, if ever, have to face this, but each of you should know that there is always help from the university. Ever wonder what would constitute the need to press one of those blue light emergency call buttons on campus? Well, it could be when you're walking by yourself and feel that someone is following you. If so, pushing the button and keep walking, push the next blue button light and keep walking to continue until the police arrive. It could also be that you see a crime in progress while walking near a blue light. However, it may not be related to a crime at all, and you could be having a medical emergency and need an ambulance right away. If you think you should push the button, then go ahead and do so. Just remember that these are not toys and not for calling to find out directions on campus. We've been taught from a young age to walk in well-lit areas, so use the buddy system and lock doors. This is still true today and ever more so. When you visit the UTPD's website and sign up for their Campus Watch, which you should all do because they make it very humorous, you will see that there are a variety of crimes that occur on campus as well as those in the surrounding areas. Arm yourself with the knowledge of how to increase your safety. When downtown at night, always stay with people you know well and trust. When choosing to walk either around campus, on or off campus, whether it's attending an organizational meeting or event, do so with your friends and in well-lit areas. Also be smart and lock up your belongings and mark them well in case they are stolen. So many times you can see in Campus Watch that wallets, keys, iPods are stolen and someone is playing basketball at the gym just a few feet away, or the laptop is stolen out from under them as they slept in the union. Maybe they ran down the hall to the bathroom in the dorm and came back to find their TV gone. Be aware and be safe. If you're concerned about a member of the UT community, whether it be a friend, staff member, or faculty member, you can contact the Behavior Concerns Advice Line or BCAL. When you contact BCAL, you will receive a live person to speak with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can ask to remain anonymous. However, if you want to spend a report online, you can do so by visiting the website there. You will be asked when reporting online to enter your UTPID to log on. Thus, this mention cannot be anonymous. Also, when submitting a report online, be aware that reports are answered during normal Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 business hours. If you see it, report it. So many times, individuals will walk by something that looks out of place and they continue walking to their destination. Whether you are in class, using a campus room for a student organization meeting, or just walking by, we ask that if you see something, report it. You never know if you're the first to see it or you might be the first to report it. As a student leader, your participation in keeping our campus safe affects you and your student organization. Be engaged with the community and help keep it and the members of your student organization safe. It's always better to err on the side of caution. If something is a safety hazard and broken, you can contact University Facilities Services during the regular business hours. You can all make our campus safer for everyone. The University of Texas at Austin has a policy regarding weapons and facsimile weapon possession on campus. Maybe your organization is planning to highlight various martial arts during exhibition in front of Gregory Gym and you want to use wooden staffs and spears. Or maybe you're using an RTF student shooting a film on campus and want to use fake machine guns for an important scene. Both students and student organizations who wish to bring a weapon or, how do you say it? Facsimile weapon onto the UT campus must have advance permission from the Office of the Dean of Students. A weapons approval form must be filled out and turned into their office. You can access their approval form online at that website. Student organization travel. This section will go over information that our organization should take into account when planning a trip, having a plan in the event something should happen rather than it being a tragedy or a simple flat tire. It's something that's great to take into perspective and that may happen. Travel policies. There are two different types of travel policies at the University of Texas at Austin, depending on the type of student organization. Departmentally sponsored, SSO, which is us because our department sponsors by Epsilon, or just registered. The student travel policy for university organizers sponsored events located in institutional rules on student services and activities applies to all travel more than 25 miles away from the main campus and involves sponsored student organization or enrolled students attending events or activities that are organized and or sponsored by the university. Student travel policy for registered student organizations, also located in the institutional rules on services and activities apply to all travel more than 25 miles away from the main campus, which a registered student organization requires the student members to attend the faculty event.